Hi, Krishna, everyone. Welcome to another day in a life as an art teacher. So it's currently end of day. There's chaos at my class. I don't have the energy to go and shout at the girls. I'm kind of learning how to cope with noise because that was something I did not know how to do. But anyway, um, today was a good day. Today was a prac day. While they were doing prac, I've been doing some admin and some marking and just checking in on them and making sure that their work is up to date and standard now that everything has come in, their visual diaries, and yeah, I got a few things rolling. I've got a printer that doesn't have any cartridges, so I have to go do that. It's like one thing comes in, but then it's like that thing has a problem, so now I have to fix that before we can get it to use. And then art club, I'm gonna start that now already, so that we have like a nice group of students. I'm even thinking of just keeping them the whole year and like refining it of about 50 members. And that I want my art goals to run, when it comes to the flow and management of other learners who aren't trained in art yet. Textbooks, that's driving me a little bit insane. I don't know how many we have. I'm still making sure that we have enough. I think there's about 20 for each grade. The one I'm most worried about is my matric ones, and I don't know if they're keeping them with them or if it's in the shelf. And then I've got students coming in and asking to change the subjects, and I'm just like, I don't think I can fit you in. And they're so sweet, like they're like, no man, we'll share, like we'll figure it out. Like their visual diaries that have been purchased, their supplies that have been purchased, like all of this stuff you kind of have to get in order to do the subject. And I think this year, I mean, already the classroom management has changed because I changed my setup. I actually just do a little bit of change. So this is now my setup. So I've got the big desk in the front, and then I've got like lecture style desks when it comes to their seating. So it's like, I call it pews. That's just rows of desks, and it really helps. I've also made them put their names on the desk so that they know that the station is not just theirs, it also belongs to other people. So to keep it clean is very important. Then I've got like textbooks here, their visual diaries there, their workbooks there. It's not that I want to keep everything, it's just that I want to know that there's a space for it. So when they take it home and bring it back, I can mark. I literally stand and mark there, then I know it's done. And everything has to kind of be the same. I know I might not be able to pull this out throughout the entire year, but we've got computers now. The whiteboard, I use it and then clean it, and I've realized that I can't just leave it there, but leaving it there helps as well for the other classes to do the same lesson. I'm using my projector a bit more as well, and I've this for like a seat down area where my laptop is not connected to the projector, and I just do everything from there. And then I have multiple tabs open just so that I can do things simultaneously, like prep for the next lesson, but then also remember what we did in the previous lesson the day before, because we alternate between prac and theory. So some days it's theory, rather than putting it up, I kind of just let it sit there. And then prac is more like you work and you show me what you've done in a space there. They really like the computers. They're getting a lot more inspiration quicker than sitting and thinking, because you do your research at home usually. I mean, you would do it in class if you had your device with you. They don't. So, and they're taking really good care of it. I'm so impressed. And the paints and stuff. We haven't really been painting because I've been choosing the mediums that we're working in. But they, everything is still like, it's been a month, almost a month, and everything is still like in order. And I'm like, okay, this is good, and we're being productive day by day. I've got timetables, calendars, printouts, and I'm trying to do more things digitally and not write everything down, but also the content that I do use and have seen work, I send it for printing and bring it back and then stuff it back in the file, just with this like a system in place. I didn't realize how much stuff art needed in order for it to flow. Even the paper and all of that, it's all there. And I'm telling them to work directly in their books. I am a bit worried when it comes to my matrics because of their source books. So they made their source books, and now technically they all have different surfaces to work on. But if need be, we're gonna have to cut and stick from there. Which I'll see their work tomorrow. I've already done. I've done theme 1. I've got 4 more themes to go through, and we're fine. And I just also want to time myself when it comes to how to mark the essays. Sure. It's a lot. I've kind of got like a rest and reset zone in certain areas, and I'm not gonna be as hard as myself as I was last year, because sure I did a lot, but at the same time, I want to give quality education to all, and still connect with the students, because they're very entertaining and interesting to listen to and learn from. And then I kind of know, like where I can be productive. So how it's gonna work is Mondays are prac, Fridays are prac, and then our Tuesdays and Wednesdays are our more important areas. I'm feeling a student might bother me. Okay, anyway, so yeah, Mondays prac, Tuesdays are theory, I keep it to Tuesdays theory, and Wednesdays I'm going to alternate between prac and theory. I'm just going to have to tell them every day what we're doing the next day, so that they know what we're doing. But it's nice to keep it set in the week. And then today is a Thursday, and I did it as a prac day, and I even started marking, and then saying tomorrow I need to see your work. So I'm thinking Thursday would be a nice day to do the prac marking. Book marking I do on Mondays sometimes. After we teach theory, I tell them I'm doing book checks and I might leave a book inside. Yeah, but anyway, I think there's a good of a system. I think I know what I'm doing. When it comes to the grade 9s, I think I'm meant to be doing more practical. But in order to do the practical, they need to understand the theory, and that takes a little bit of time. And they're slow to grasp big concepts. So I have to break it down, so that they can understand. Yeah, long day. It's like the 3rd week of school, beginning of Jan, and I know it's just gonna get busier and busier, and we'll take it from there, day by day. Guidelines have to be set, tests still have to be set. I have not done those. I'm teaching the content, and then from there we'll see, okay, term 1 we covered 4, 3 or 2, and then yeah. But the aim is to cover most of the content in term 1 and term 2. That's, I think, but that's also not the aim. Is to genuinely connect and understand if the students are getting the content. And I don't want to be too predictable. I don't want them to know the routine, but know a routine, because I've noticed girls need stability in order to be productive. And actually, majority of the students don't have that. They tell me they leave their bags here and there, and they have to move from here and there because this is the nature in which they live in, and whether you're in a public school or private school or first world country, you will still get these challenges, because students go from place to place, and holiday time and family time, and it's not just been here for 5-10 years, and then they go. No, it's ever changing. It really is. So the quality of the work that I get is also very changing, and the grades, like fluctuate. And I think teachers take the time to ask why. We ask them, why is it not done? And then there's a reason, and that reason you have to listen to, whether it's the direct question is related to their work, or they have a story that's pieced to a bigger issue. Understanding the circumstances, and then being lenient because I understand, and you trust that this is what they're going through because they're comfortable enough to tell you. But then also you need to get your stuff, like you need to get your work done, and it's just like how you do it, figure it out, but it needs to be done in order for me to give you a mark. And the drawing part, I think, is the hard part. The theory part they get, reading and writing they can understand, but putting pen to paper and completing a task is a little bit harder for them. So then I put pressure on them to be like, gotta be done by this date. And the only way they know that you care is if you can recall exactly what they've been doing. And they've been getting offended if I can't remember. I'm like, I see about 100 artworks a day, sweetie. Like 100. Tell me which one is yours. I'll try to remember it. And I'm like descriptive about it. But I'm trying to remember. And I don't think people realize how overstimulating it is to see so many images in a day. It's really nice, but it's also like heavy to the brain and the eyes. And the brain takes in pictures, and you formulate stories. Not stories, but at least an understanding as to why they created what they created based on what you've given them the task is. So art teachers, a lot more than seeing, your same content on a normal day. Yeah, but making this kind of feel more like home. It's helping me to be more productive. So like I'm sticking things in, I'm putting nails in the wall, I'm putting up my own art, putting cushions where I need to be comfortable, because I was very, very specific about them. I'm like, I need them to have comfy chairs, I need them to have plastic on the desks, I need them to have books, I need them to have beautiful workbooks and all of that stuff. And I kind of didn't really care about my devices or my workspace or my energy and time that was given. And like already now I told them, like, break time is my break time, and it's already changed how I function. Just that slight thing of my break is my break. I know I get excuses when it comes to work, but I'm just doing like throughout, like tickets into my classes through work, whether it's a cover page, a new page, a final artwork. But I'm strict with, I think, each page, so that they put in the effort, because I want the best out of them. But technically a brainstorm can just be a little doodle and a word, technically, but I wouldn't be able to give that like full-on marks. So the planning is important. I'd like to see how other art teachers mark, because I've been taught in university how to teach. They didn't really teach me how to mark, especially when it came to art, because it's so subjective. So if I like it, doesn't mean that the next person likes it. So I think that would be interesting, is to, I want to go observe marking and how they do it, because the theory is very factual. Like, you can't really pull that out from anywhere. But then the creativity part, that's me. interesting and subjective. But yeah, I'm trying to align myself, keep everything in one place, be productive, and not do things old school, because that's what I was doing. I was handwriting everything, and I know certain things have to be handwritten, but I'm like, I can get digitally done. Everything can be done digitally. Even communication, like I'm like, oh, I'm so alone and away from everyone, but I just pop them a message, just be like, hey, let's meet chat, let's do this, and then, are you free? And I'm trying to also get out my class a bit more this year and be a bit more, not more productive, but locked down on what really counts. Because I was doing a lot of house admin and a lot of changing and thinking that, oh, if I do this, it would better my teaching. And if I do this, it would better their learning. So there was a lot of change that took place last year. I mean, every time I changed my desks. I didn't know that was not something you were supposed to do. When it came to art and creativity, I'm like, oh no, like fresh, new beginnings, you can start fresh. And then I spoke to my students a bit about when they felt most productive, and they told me when it was term one, when we taught and sat next to each other in rows, and even like worksheets and books and all of that can just be passed down so much quicker. And your problem kids, they sit at the back, and I have 2 desks. I have one in the front and one at the back, so when I need them to work, I just go there and I work there, because I can work anywhere. I'm noticing that I can work at home, I can work in a small space, I can work in the staff room. I like to be in a new environment when being productive. Not at home though, because that's my switch off. And also in class, sometimes this is my switch off, so that's my, sometimes I could be very productive or not productive at all. Like I could clean my whiteboard for like a whole hour if I have to, because I'm taking out like every mark. I'm also keeping it a little bit too clean, but it just helps. I draw on it. I'm a whiteboard marker artist, because there's actually no way where I can really draw, and I don't want to be taking out paper and paper and paper from there. That I usually show them a tutorial, but then it's not me creating. Or now I do whiteboard, which that's nice, because then it's big and they can see, and then they can see exactly how I would do it, breaking it down step by step. Anyway, 20-minute self-talk, reflection on the beginning of the year. I'm just taking day by day. Like it's fine, but it's already February. Like what the heck? That's 1 out of 12 months gone. No brainer. I just hope that all 24 of my art students in the trip can pass. I say 24, it's 22. I say 24 because like when it comes to printing and stuff, I always have to have a copy for me and an extra copy in case something goes wrong. So that's why I think in a little bit higher numbers. And then round up. Certain things have to be like exact. I just need my deadlines and my due dates clearly communicated to me. That's important. It's very important. Right now, I'm kind of doing it by the test dates. So when they start writing, it has to be at least a week before then. I need to put those out for me to see. Yeah, and socials and stuff. I don't do the socials, socializing, but I probably should. Anyway, good day. It is the 5th of Feb. Oh yes, even my dates. I did printouts, so I don't have to write the date every day. I just take out a number and a day. But technically, I don't even need the day. I tell them like it's Thursday, the 5th of February. It's Tuesday, this is that. Yeah. And due dates I've given them already. I'm pushing them. But there's a system to get things done in all cases. School's about teaching students how to be productive in a short amount of time. I think that's what it is. Well, At least now that I'm thinking a little bit about them. Anyway, bye bye.